thank you for watching this video, and a huge thank you to Wolfie6020 for mirroring my previous video. And a big welcome to my new subscribers. I'm excited to have you. I intend to continue making informative and entertaining videos. I have a large list of videos to make already, including taking the entrance exam to the Flat Earth Community University. I've been studying hard. Since winning Flat Out Heroes' $100,000 challenge, it's been a whirlwind. Media spotlight, world tours, paparazzi. Wow, such an amazing time. Well, maybe I'm kidding a little bit there. Recently, Flat Out Hero issued a new $200,000 challenge.
What is it you say? Well, it's a $200,000 contest. If anyone can use roadmaps, and we'll wrap them around at least half a dome. Or, well, okay, maybe even a quarter of a dome.
In this challenge, he claims road maps are the most accurate maps that exist and asks to have a large number of them pieced together to cover at least 1/4 of a sphere. This would then prove the Earth is a sphere, and the winner would get $200,000. This is a safe bet. The challenge is completely impossible, not because the Earth is flat, but because the challenge is poorly conceived. He repeatedly makes a claim that road maps are the most accurate maps that exist.
Because we know that those are the most accurate maps that we have. If we want to use the most accurate maps possible, because it's accurate, road maps, which are the most accurate that we have.
Are road maps accurate just because they can get us doorstep to doorstep? Hey, Planer Walk, what do you think?
So road maps don't have to be 100% perfect. As long as you can work out how to get from point A to point B without getting lost, then it will do. Take, for example, this road map. This is a road map of an area close by, in which if you were here and wanted to get to the roundabout, you could easily do it. I'd just have to tell you, okay, you're here, and give you the map. You'd be able to get to the roundabout, no problem. Whether you're walking or whether you're in a car. I've also got this map here, which I got while I was over in Byron Bay, which this is not completely to scale. This fountain right here is not that huge. It's pretty small, but it works. It may not be a road map, but it's one of the maps which you can work out where you are and then get to another place. That is the point of road maps. They don't have to be accurate. Flight charts, on the other hand, have to be very accurate so that the pilot knows exactly where he is, because he doesn't have a road to go down. He doesn't have to look at landmarks, He has to look at where he is at any given time. And that's why flight charts have to be accurate, and road maps, they don't really have to be that accurate.
So road maps aren't necessarily accurate, but let's ignore that for a minute. Which exact maps does he suggest? Flat Out Hero suggests using Thomas Guide maps. Unfortunately, Thomas Guide maps only covered major cities in the US, not rural areas, and certainly not outside North America. Even more troubling for this challenge, Thomas Guides haven't been published since 2009, when the parent company let go of all employees. Flat Out Hero says you could use any other maps with the same ratio as Thomas Guide. For example, there are Hudson maps. But other than that, which are these? We're not sure, and I couldn't find a whole lot, but even if they are similar, they don't cover rural areas, and that doesn't help, because that's the majority of the land. Well, maybe we could use the large folding paper maps that were in the glove box of every car that ever did a cross-country trip.
Road maps!
Well, he adds another further stipulation. The maps cannot take the curvature of the Earth into account. These large folding maps are all projections, typically Lambert conformal conic projections. They do take the curvature of the Earth into account. They're not allowed. What if he did allow these road maps? How about covering 1/4 of the globe? The surface area of the globe is 197 million square miles. The surface area of all the continents, including Antarctica, is 57 million square miles. Only about 29% of the globe's surface is land, so the challenge is to use road maps of nearly all the landmass on the Earth on a giant ball. Would this be accepted? Of course not. The challenge is to cover a quarter of the ball, the entire quarter, with no gaps. Road maps have gaps over water. To be fair, Flat Out Hero did amend the challenge later to require covering just the United States instead of 1/4 of the globe. But that doesn't change anything. There are still no maps that fit his criteria. Even if projection maps were allowed, his challenge is still impossible. Why? Because it requires that flat paper maps fit to the curved surface of a sphere without any wrinkles or gaps. Flat maps are a projection from a sphere. At best, they're an approximation. By definition, a flat projection cannot perfectly fit the surface of a sphere. Again, this doesn't prove anything about the shape of the Earth. It proves that a flat projection cannot perfectly fit a sphere. No controversy there.
Okay, Fick you said if I just do this and then move that like... Oh, that's not gonna work, is it? What about this way? Oh, jeez. Oh. I'm not doing anything.
To review, road maps are not the most accurate maps. No maps exist that are allowed in the challenge. And if such maps did exist, they couldn't fit on a sphere by definition. This challenge is self-contradicting, not a legit challenge. How could this have been better conceived? First, let's ask what maps are the most accurate. Map accuracy depends a lot on the map goals. Here's a map of the London Underground train system. It's completely accurate. If you wanted to go from Westminster to London Bridge, you could get there. But it doesn't tell us much about what London looks like. Look at the Thames. That's a right proper river, exactly how the Brits prefer. But here's what the Thames looks like in reality. The train map, while accurate, doesn't help us know what the surface of the London looks like. To get an answer to this question, I spoke with Jesse Kozlowski. He has a great YouTube channel with tons of cool stuff on surveying. Have a look and subscribe. His link is in the description. He is a professional geodetic surveyor, so has expert knowledge on maps and measuring distance accurately. The most accurate maps in the United States are the USGS Topographic 7.5-minute quadrangle maps. These are at a 1 to 24,000 scale, so are very detailed. These maps are updated often and are available for free download from the USGS website. See the link in the description if you want to download some yourself. Being extremely detailed, there are a lot of these maps. It takes about 57,000 maps to cover the US. Let's have a look at how detailed these maps get. It's winter in Minnesota, so I like the California right about now. I'll pick a random place in Malibu called Walnut Canyon. Let's start with the 1 to 1 million map of the entire state. Then move to a 1 to 250,000 scale map from 1949. We can see large roads but not street detail. This map is from 1979 and is 1 to 100,000 scale, and you can see all the streets pretty well. Finally, we get to the 7.5-minute maps. The scale is 1 to 24,000. You can see all the roads, and an overlay of high altitude photos. You can even see swimming pools. Now we can switch over to Google Maps. Here we can zoom in even more and see the high altitude photos mapped to the 3D surface features. Hey, that's Barbra Streisand's house. Hi Barbara! I know. Let's just use Google Maps to see what the Earth really looks like. Yeah, once this flat Earth thing is settled, we can go back to more important questions like these. So if you were to piece together the 7.5-minute maps, the final map of just the continental United States would be a mere 590 feet wide and 350 feet tall. This would fill about 4 soccer fields, a bit hard to assemble in the kitchen. You could scale down those 57,000 maps to 1/4 size each, so it takes just 1 soccer field. That's still too large to be practical. There are maps from other sources that have the same accuracy requirements at different scales. For example, the Tactical Pilotage Chart and the FAA sectional charts both are 1 to 500,000 scale, or the ONC charts that I used to win Flat Out Hero's $100,000 challenge. These are 1 to 1 million scale. So to explore whether we could piece together maps to fit a sphere or a flat surface, any of these types of maps would be significantly better than road maps. Second, the scope should be reasonable. A contiguous quarter of the globe is not possible because surface maps over water don't exist. Instead, let's select a large area where maps do exist, like a single continent or the whole United States. Third, no nirvana requirements. Insisting that a projected map perfectly fit a sphere with no wrinkles or no gaps isn't a challenge. It's not possible, so it proves nothing. Finally, the success parameters in judging needs to be objective and testable, something lacking in the previous challenge. Flat Out Hero, you've inspired me. I've decided to offer my own counter challenge. The challenge is to piece together maps of just the continental United States. If the pieced together map lays flat, you win. The prize is a custom-built Flat Earth trophy and 10,000 Flat Out Hero dollars. If the map bulges and forms into part of a sphere, well, you don't win. The challenge is open to anyone. I have published the formal specification on my website at mctoon.net. I'll also be publishing a video giving a better overview of the challenge. Flat Out Hero, how about you publish the same challenge and pay out if the pieced together maps are not flat? I've already printed my maps. Well, this puts the $200,000 challenge to bed. I'm on the lookout for other Flat Earth challenges to solve or take down. Send them along via Twitter at mctooned27. Thanks to Planar Walk and Jesse Kozlowski. Hit up their channels. Remember to check out these other channels if you like this kind of content as well.